A princess meets a prince of politics. Who wouldn't want to know what happened next? Put down the tinfoil hat, though, because it didn't go down quite like you'd imagine. John F. Kennedy Jr. and Princess Diana met in secret all the way back in 1995, a meeting that, unsurprisingly, sparked all kinds of rumors. The two did their best to avoid paparazzi at the time, coming up with an elaborate plan to ensure that their meeting stayed under wraps. The meeting place was set at the Carlyle Hotel in New York City, where Lady Di had been staying. JFK Jr. showed up to her royal suite, where they chatted for about 90 minutes. In her book, Fairy Tale Interrupted, Kennedy's executive assistant, Rosemarie Terenzio, recalls, "I remember him saying, 'There's no way someone is not going to leak it. There's going to be paparazzi everywhere.' Someone suggested he go in disguise, and I said, 'That's ridiculous. You're not doing that.'" Luckily, Kennedy and Diana pulled off the meeting without the paparazzi catching on. At the time, Diana had been separated from Prince Charles, with whom she shared 2 young boys. Although Kennedy wasn't married, he was in a serious relationship with Carolyn Bessette. The two finally wed in 1996. It's easy to speculate about what happened behind closed doors between Kennedy and the Princess of Wales. And while affair rumors have been placed firmly at the top of the list, the two actually met for a very different reason. In a 2005 book written by Simone Simmons, Princess Diana and John F. Kennedy Jr. were accused of having a passionate fling during their secret meeting in the Big Apple. Simmons claimed that Diana described the affair as a moment of pure lust. According to the author, Diana admitted, "We started talking, one thing led to another, and we ended up in bed together. It was pure chemistry." And while people close to Diana have called the rumors of the affair complete rubbish, we actually know the real reason that JFK Jr. scheduled the meeting in the first place. He wanted to personally ask Diana if she would be a part of his magazine, George. Kennedy had all kinds of ideas for the publication, including featuring Madonna on the cover dressed up as his mother. Perhaps unsurprisingly, Madonna said no. And when it came to Diana being featured on the cover of the mag, well, she wasn't too keen on the idea either. Rosemarie Terenzio told People magazine, "He wanted to do a respectful piece. She wrote John a note that said, 'Thank you so much, but not right now.'" And for why Diana may have turned Kennedy down, we can only venture to guess. It's possible that, coming out of a high-profile relationship, Diana didn't want to attract any extra media attention. Of course, Diana's infamous interview with Panorama aired a few months later, something for which she faced a great deal of scrutiny.
Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
The controversial interview with Martin Bashir put Diana's marriage front and center, with the princess discussing her then-husband's affair with Camilla Parker Bowles, as well as her own marital infidelity. While it's unclear what Kennedy had planned for the inside pages of his Diana cover story, it seems the People's Princess didn't think it was the best move for her. And then, nearly 2 years later, Diana was killed in a car crash in Paris. When news broke that Princess Diana had been killed, George's executive editor, Elizabeth Mitchell, phoned John F. Kennedy Jr. straight away. She later recalled, "I called a meeting to discuss it. He wasn't showing up on time, which he normally would never do. We kept delaying, and finally he came in and said, 'I can't do it right now. I need to clean my office.' It was obvious he was having an emotional response to the tragedy and finding it difficult. He kept saying, 'I don't see why this needs to be a story.'" Meanwhile, Diana's death caused Kennedy's wife Carolyn Bessette to fall into something of a panic. She knew just how famous her husband was at the time and was really worried that something similar would happen to him. Rosemarie Terenzio told People, "Carolyn was horrified by Diana's death. She worried about her children and how'd they grow up without their mom." 2 years after Diana's tragic death, Kennedy died when the plane he was piloting crashed into the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Massachusetts. Carolyn was also killed in the accident.